Mauritania is characterized by vast deserts and a resilient spirit, where old customs merge with contemporary difficulties, and the fight for existence is a daily norm. In this video, we will explore the challenges and successes of Mauritania, a country known for being both underdeveloped and extremely dry. Get ready to face the harsh realities that exist beyond the beautiful desert oases and ancient landmarks. We'll explore the lively streets of Nouakchott, where the Sahara meets the Atlantic Ocean, and the strength of the locals is evident everywhere in this one-of-a-kind country. Come with us as we begin this enlightening adventure to Mauritania, where challenges are faced with unwavering hope and determination. Mauritania, also recognized as the Islamic Republic of Mauritania, is a nation located in the heart of Northwest Africa. But were you aware that it is more than just a place on a map? Mauritania is a country of striking differences and historical significance, with its expansive terrain reaching from the Atlantic Ocean to the dry deserts of the Sahara. We are discussing a nation filled with cultural history, old customs, and the everyday busy lifestyle of strong communities. In terms of geography, Mauritania is a fascinating mix of coastal and desert landscapes, surrounded by Western Sahara, Algeria, Mali, and Senegal, providing a variety of diverse ecosystems and historical backgrounds. Let's journey through history and discover the roots of Mauritania's rich past. The area has been lived in since ancient times, as shown by early human settlements dating back thousands of years. During earlier times, Berber tribes resided there, and it was included in the extensive Saharan trade routes, aiding in the transfer of goods, concepts, and customs throughout North Africa. However, the region experienced a major shift with the introduction of Islam in the 8th century, leading to significant changes. Skip to the colonial period in the 19th century, and you'll discover Mauritania was controlled by the French. The fight for freedom grew stronger in the mid-20th century, culminating in a significant event in 1960 when Mauritania announced its independence. However, that is not where the story concludes, my friends. Begin the period following independence, characterized by political turmoil, coups, and the search for stability. The finding of abundant iron ore reserves and oil fields at sea presented various opportunities and difficulties, influencing the country's economic environment. During the late 1900s and early 2000s, Mauritania encountered major challenges including slavery, human rights violations, and socio-economic disparities. Even with these obstacles, the resilience of the Mauritanian people is evident. Today, Mauritania still grapples with balancing tradition and modernity, dealing with issues like political instability and the effects of climate change. However, the unwavering perseverance of the population, their welcoming nature, and their long-lasting customs serve as proof of their resilience and resolve. Come with us as we explore further into the intriguing history and culture of Mauritania, a country where the passage of time continues to influence the present and spark ideas for the future. Number 1. Last country to legally abolish slavery. Did you know that Mauritania was the final country to officially end slavery? Yes, you heard right. Believing it now may be hard, but slavery in Mauritania wasn't abolished until 1981 and wasn't officially criminalized until 2007. Can you understand it? For more than 20 years. This is an extremely lengthy period for any country to uphold such a tradition in today's age. However, we shouldn't dwell on the past too much. The key factor is that Mauritania has achieved major progress since that time. At present, it is making a strong effort to eliminate this dark period from its history and guaranteeing that slavery is completely eliminated. However, you might be questioning, what makes this significant? The elimination of slavery is crucial for establishing human rights in all countries. Without it, society's advancement is hindered. A country experiencing such customs will encounter significant social and economic hurdles. And I have to mention, the continued existence of these customs can lead to significant harm to a country's global standing. Now, let's talk about the wider consequences. The persistence of slavery in a nation often leads to social upheaval and economic inequality. Can you actually comprehend it? Social cohesion and financial fairness drive a country's progress forward. Not having them can result in a stop in advancement, a decrease in societal welfare, and a decline in the general quality of life. Number 2. 2/3 of Mauritania is covered by desert. Were you aware that desert covers 2/3 of Mauritania? You have heard accurately. It might be hard to comprehend at this moment, but this expansive, dry wilderness greatly influences the country's scenery. Vast expanses of never-ending sand stretching as far as the eye can reach. That is a substantial area of a country covered by desert landscapes. However, let's not dwell on the desolate appearance for an extended period of time. The important thing to note is that Mauritania's desert presents both difficulty and attractiveness. At present, it stands as a strong symbol of nature's force and the strength of the people who inhabit it. However, you might be asking yourself, what makes this significant? The lives and culture of Mauritania's people are greatly influenced by the desert surroundings. It influences both their traditional nomadic way of life and their contemporary economic endeavors. Thriving and surviving in such a severe environment demands exceptional flexibility and ingenuity. I have to mention that flexibility can help develop a distinctive and diverse cultural legacy. The presence of the desert in a country usually leads to a scarcity of fertile land and water resources. Number 3. Mauritania is one of the poorest countries in the world. Are you aware that Mauritania is one of the poorest countries in the world, with 40% of its population living below the poverty line? Isn't it quite surprising, don't you think? Picture this. Nearly half of Mauritania's people are struggling to meet basic needs. That is a staggering figure. Furthermore, poverty is not just a statistic here. It's a daily reality that impacts the lives of millions. But what causes such widespread poverty in this country? It's a question worth investigating. A large number of Mauritanians are grappling with limited access to education, healthcare, and employment opportunities. Mauritania, despite its rich cultural heritage and natural resources, faces a significant number of challenges. Economic disparities, lack of infrastructure, and environmental issues such as desertification have made it difficult for many to escape the cycle of poverty. Are you aware that nearly half of Mauritania's population is struggling to make ends meet? That is a massive portion. Moreover, the country's economic situation has been further exacerbated by fluctuating prices in the global markets for its key exports like iron ore and fish. Number 4. One of the longest trains in the world is found in Mauritania. Do you aware that one of the longest trains in the world is found in Mauritania? Isn't it quite astonishing, don't you think? A train stretching over 2 kilometers long, winding its way through the vast desert landscape. That is an impressive sight. Furthermore, this train isn't just a spectacle, it's a vital lifeline for the country. But what makes this train so special? It's a question worth exploring. The Mauritania Railway, as it is known, hauls iron ore from the mines in Zouera to the port city of Nouadhibou. The train can be up to 2.5 kilometers in length, comprising over 200 cars. Can you imagine that? It's like watching a metal serpent traverse the Sahara. The train journey covers about 700 kilometers, making it one of the longest and heaviest trains in the world. Number 5. Mauritania includes the part of largest desert in the world. Now you may be thinking, why does one country possess such a vast desert? Let me explain it to you in simpler terms. Mauritania is situated in the heart of the Sahara Desert, which is the largest hot desert in the world. This enormous desert covers much of North Africa, and a significant part of it lies within Mauritania's borders. But it isn't only about the breathtaking views. The Sahara Desert plays a crucial role in the lives of many Mauritanians. It shapes their culture, traditions, and way of life. The desert environment influences everything from the architecture of homes designed to keep cool in the searing heat to the traditional attire that protects against the sun and sand. Now, here's a small additional piece of information for you. Are you aware that the Sahara Desert is not just sand dunes? It also includes diverse landscapes like mountains, plateaus, and even oases that support life. It seems as though Mother Nature has crafted a unique masterpiece of stark beauty and resilience across Mauritania. Number 6. Mauritania is one of the least populated countries. Now you may be thinking, why does one country have such a sparse population density? Mauritania is one of the least populated countries in the world, with approximately 5 people per square kilometer of land area, vast stretches of desert and open landscapes, with only a few people scattered across the terrain. It's quite a remarkable contrast to the bustling cities and densely populated regions you might be familiar with. But it isn't only about the numbers. The low population density of Mauritania is shaped by its challenging environment. Much of the country is covered by the Sahara Desert, which makes it difficult for large populations to settle and thrive. The harsh climate, with its extreme temperatures and limited water resources, means that communities are often small and spread out. Number 7. The world's largest ship graveyard was once located in Mauritania. Were you aware that the world's largest ship graveyard was once located in Mauritania? Yes, you heard correctly. It's a fascinating yet eerie fact that may surprise you. A vast stretch of coastline near the city of Nouadhibou, filled with rusting, decaying ships as far as the eye can see. Isn't that astonishing? But what led to this maritime graveyard? The specific reasons for the establishment of the ship graveyard in Nouadhibou are quite intriguing. First, it began with Mauritania's lax regulations regarding ship disposal. Owners of old, decommissioned vessels found it easier and cheaper to abandon their ships here rather than properly dismantle or recycle them. And here's the surprising twist. This graveyard wasn't just a dumping ground for small boats. It included massive cargo ships, tankers, and fishing vessels, turning the coastline into a haunting maritime landscape. The environmental implications were significant. These abandoned ships leaked oil and other hazardous substances, posing a threat to marine life and local communities. Number 8. One of the world's largest discoveries of natural gas was found in Mauritania. Were you aware that Mauritania made one of the biggest discoveries of natural gas in the world? Yes, what you heard is accurate. This is a major and thrilling advancement that could change the economic and energy outlook of the nation. Extensive natural gas reserves located underwater in the Atlantic Ocean, ready to be accessed. That is truly surprising, don't you think? However, what caused this great breakthrough? Exploration for natural gas in Mauritania started in the early 2000s due to growing worldwide need for more environmentally friendly energy options. International energy corporations made significant investments in seismic surveys and drilling activities along the coast of Mauritania, aiming to discover substantial gas reserves. And a surprising turn of events occurred in 2015 when a significant finding was made in the Greater Tortue Block region, situated off the coast near the maritime boundary with Senegal. This finding, named the Greater Tortue Ahmeyim Field, is believed to contain billions of cubic meters of natural gas, marking it as one of the biggest discoveries of its type globally. Number 9. Not use a decimal currency. Are you aware that the unit of currency in Mauritania is the ouguiya, which is equivalent to 5 koums? A unique characteristic that distinguishes Mauritania from nations with decimal-based currencies is quite intriguing. Instead of breaking down their currency into smaller units like cents or pence, Mauritanians utilize the koum as the minimum denomination. This implies that 1 ouguiya is equivalent to 5 koums. Isn't that really interesting? Mauritania stands out as one of the few countries that have not switched to a decimal currency system like most others have for simplicity in calculations and trade. This distinct currency system faces difficulties, particularly in a worldwide economy where decimal currencies are standard. Yet, to numerous Mauritanians, the ouguiya and koum represent national identity and pride. Number 10. 1/3 of Mauritania's population lives in 2 cities. Did you know that 1/3 of Mauritania's population lives in just 2 cities? Imagine, in a country known for its vast deserts and open spaces, a significant portion of its people are concentrated in only 2 urban centers. It's a striking fact that begs the question: what draws so many people to these cities? And what impact does this urban concentration have on the rest of the country? The growth of Nouakchott and Nouadhibou can be attributed to several factors. Nouakchott, in particular, has experienced rapid urbanization due to its role as the political, economic, and cultural center of Mauritania. As the capital city, it attracts people from across the country in search of opportunities, services, and amenities. Nouadhibou, on the other hand, owes its growth to its strategic location as a major port and industrial center, attracting workers and businesses involved in maritime trade and fishing. Number 11. Unique divorce system. Ever heard of Mauritania's unique divorce system? It's unlike anything you've seen before. While divorce can be a complex and emotional process in many countries, in Mauritania, it follows a distinctive path guided by Sharia law. Picture this: husbands hold the power to initiate divorce with a simple declaration of talaq 3 times. It sounds straightforward, right? But what does this mean for women's rights and protections within marriages? This system sheds light on the intricate interplay between religion, culture, and legal practice, shaping family dynamics and gender relations in Mauritania. Understanding this distinct approach to divorce unveils a fascinating facet of Mauritanian society and its legal traditions. Number 12. One of the world's newest capitals. Were you aware that Nouakchott, the capital of Mauritania, is considered one of the most recently established capitals in the world? Yes, you heard is correct. One interesting characteristic that distinguishes Nouakchott from numerous other capital cities worldwide. During the late 1950s, Mauritania remained under the control of the French colonial administration, with Saint Louis as its capital, which is currently situated in Senegal. Nevertheless, as Mauritania readied for independence in 1960, efforts were put into place to create a new capital that would better cater to the requirements of the newly sovereign nation. Due to its strategic position on the Atlantic coast and its nearness to crucial trade routes, Nouakchott was selected as the location for the new capital city. Building of the city started in the early 1960s, and Nouakchott was declared the capital of Mauritania in 1960, shortly before the nation achieved independence. Subsequently, Nouakchott has experienced quick growth, transforming from a tiny village into a thriving city. Currently, it acts as the main hub of political, economic, and cultural activities in Mauritania, hosting government offices, commercial entities, and a varied community. While Nouakchott may lack the extensive history or impressive grandeur of certain other capital cities, it symbolizes the essence of modernity and advancement in Mauritania. Being one of the most recently established capitals in the world, Nouakchott provides a distinct view of how tradition and modernity intersect in Mauritania's narrative. So there you have it. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for amazing content.